Hello. Well, finally got the truck home after quite a long process. I've actually been running for the last 3 days on my own as an independent contractor. So the truck's sitting at my house, as you can see. I'm excited about it. I just washed it, cleaned it up, did a few things to it. I'll show you a couple of the things that I did do. So one thing I did do is I got some acid. And acid cleans up the aluminum very nicely. This was really dingy and grimy beforehand, but now it's nice and shiny, and my deck plates are all nice and shiny back here. One thing I did do was I changed my Glad hands to these handles, which I like these handles a lot better than the little ones, because they were just little things that came out right here, and it lasted about that long, and they easily bend them and stuff like that. What else did I do? I was going to change my lights out, but I don't have the lights I was going to put on here are too long, so I didn't do that. But yeah, this tank is pretty clean over here, and so are these steps here. Like I said, these were all grimy and dirty and pretty terrible. So I took out the front seat for the dogs. Dopey 1, Dopey 2. They finally put my ELD in, which took almost 5 hours for them to install that. A little crazy. ELD is this thing right here. Whoops, let me sit down. ELD is that thing right there. It's my onboard computer that gives me my runs, tells me how much drive time I have and everything like that. I put my double DIN radio in here that I had in my other car. I've got one in my other car now, so I don't need this one. And this is Apple CarPlay and everything on it, so it makes it nice. I did install my CB, but I can't find the coaxial cable for it. Believe me, I've been looking. I found it behind the speedometer, but I still don't know how it's routed, because it looks like it's going down in a loom down that way, and I don't know why it would go down there. Sometimes they mount them here on the dash, but I put mine up here. I did change out my gear shifter, because I wanted a ball gear shifter here, and it's a little bit longer. It's 6 inches longer, so it sticks up a little further. And those keen-eyed people, yes, that is the Death Star. I made that. I got a mold and made that out of resin. I put a thing in it, so my top of my gear shifter is a Death Star. And for those who are wondering what this switch is, this is a 10-speed transmission, and you'll hear it click. Oh, I don't have any air in it. You would hear it click, and this is between my low side and my high side. Since it's a 5-speed transmission, or a 10-speed transmission, it's the same as a normal 5-speed in a car as far as the pattern goes. But after you come out of 5th gear down here, you bring it out, flip it up, and that puts you into high gear, and you come all the way back down to what was 1st gear is down and back in this truck. Reverse is straight ahead. But when you come back to 1st gear, it's actually 6th gear. Then it goes 7th, 8th, 9th, and then 10th, and you just leave it there. And then if you slow down far enough, then you got to drop it back into low gear. And then you're back into 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th. I'll do a little video on that, just showing you the shifting part. And I did put this gauge in. It's a load sensor. It's not working yet because I don't have the hose. And I got to run a hose from this all the way to the back of the truck, to the back airbag, which is right back there on those second set of tandems back there. And what that does is, once I get a load put on, when they load me with my product, this gauge goes up. And then with the weight of the trailer and everything, that way I know when they've unloaded me. But that's about as far as I've done right now. Not much else. But we'll go through a day at Bush. So one day I'm going to go through my full day at Bush, backing in and picking up the beans that I pick up on a daily basis. I do 4 loads of that a day, sometimes 5, just depending. I start out in Dandridge, Tennessee, which is about 54 miles away, and I end up in Greenville, which is where I live, about 10 miles from my house is where the warehouses are. And I drive that 4 times a day. Well, I do it 4 times a day, so I'm back and forth. It's 4 times, so. But that's all I know at the moment. So stay tuned and we'll go do some beans.